Hey, what is up guys? Skiddy Fishing here, and today I am super pumped to show off my new boat. Now, you might call it a raft. I'm gonna call it a boat. And to be honest with you, I grew up trolling for kokanee at Flaming Gorge with my father, and I've always wanted a boat. I even remember like being 15 years old and just knowing that I was gonna get one. And I'm 30 this June, and I finally got one. So Dad, if you're watching this, we finally did it. If you've seen these before, you've probably seen Flycraft and River Rat, and those are probably the two name brands that I've seen. This is Dave Scadden North Fork or Outdoors. This is based in Ogden, Utah, and I got this thing for a steal actually. There's a lot of outdoor expos going on right now, and he's basically selling everything for half off. So for the price that I paid, it came with the raft or the boat, came with the straps, the frame, comes with the chairs, the saddlebags here, and the oars. Basically, I just had to buy the motor separate, and this thing's a one package deal. Now, the material of this boat is what they call whitewater PVC. At least that's what I thought I read. And it's basically just like a really durable vinyl. This thing's actually incredibly strong. It's designed that you can take it to the banks of rivers. You don't need a boat ramp. You just pretty much launch it. So it's really designed to be as strong as possible. And I believe I've read that it's whitewater class 5 rated. So these things are actually built for the rivers. If you look at Flycraft and River Raft, these are basically built for fly fishermen fishing rivers. So if you're from Utah, the Green River would be a dream for this thing right here. So there is something missing on it right now. I didn't install it, but there's a little bar on the front that if you stand up, it's kind of like a support bar, so you don't tip forward, you can catch something. So but this thing's actually pretty dang sweet. So now I plan on taking it more to backcountry lakes that are just small enough that bigger boats can't recreationally ride on, but something like this can. So I've actually been on a similar boat in the Uintas, and it's awesome. So I'm really excited to see what it can accomplish. So yeah, whitewater PVC. Now this is just like a standard durable tubing. This thing's pretty dang strong. It's powder coated black. You know, the oars are really durable. Let me change the angle here. The tubing itself is just in these little pin systems right here, but they're also supported with the D-rings, and there's 5 D-rings on each side. So strapping this to my car roof with I would say above average winds was no issue for me at all. However, if you guys want to deflate this and reinflate it at your location, it comes with a nice foot pump, and I actually timed it on multiple occasions, and it takes me 7 minutes to inflate this. So pretty minimal if you're gonna, you know, take it down and reinflate it. I choose not to because with the trolling motor in Utah, you do have to register it. So I'm gonna be putting my stickers up here in this area. And I don't think deflating it's gonna keep those on there for long. So we're gonna keep her basically inflated. I actually car topped this on a Kia Soul. It probably comes in, obviously with the motor off, but even with the chair is probably about 100 pounds. So I can basically slide this thing on my roof racks all by myself. I probably couldn't exceed 100 yards carrying this by myself, hence 2 people, but this thing's pretty customizable. Now inside the hole is another piece right here. This is actually inflatable. I would call this kind of like it's almost like a paddle board inside the boat. So it's a little bit soft to the touch, but it's also very durable. I've already done my maiden voyage on this, and it's really not hard to stand up on this at all. You don't feel like you're gonna sink into it, and you know, I mean, if you got your sea legs, at least, you're definitely not going anywhere. Seats here are very nice. They come with a really good warranty. They just fold down. You can put a little pin here or a snap, basically to snap it shut. So I actually car top this backwards. So this strap is on the back and the airflow is going through the back here. So super comfortable chairs. There's 4 wing nuts on the bottom, and you can slide these forward just a little bit, so pretty customizable. And in terms of customizing as well, if you actually want to go by yourself somewhere and you feel like this is gonna take up too much room, you can actually take this whole piece out and you can have the whole front of the boat to work with. So you can pretty much make this for 2 people or just 1. You've got plenty of underspace here for your bags. These saddlebags actually hold a lot. I've actually found that bringing backpacks on my trips, I've been a little bit over cumbersome. So yeah, these are actually really nice. They're super high quality material. They just strap to your D-rings and underneath on the frame here, so they're not going anywhere. And then lastly, part of the boat comes with these paddle oars right here, which are just supported on this system here, so you can row the boat by yourself, and they're completely adjustable in length. So, and I actually have like a dirt bike handle grip basically at the end here, so you're not going to get blisters and sore hands and stuff like that if you choose to only row too. So that's definitely an option. Also with two people, one person can take the left side, one person can take the right side, and that makes it completely you know, user friendly as well. In the tubing, you can actually see that it's got a little rolling system here, so you can actually put your anchor line in, and it actually follows the tubing all the way to the back of the boat, comes out just behind this oar here. There you go. And you can actually make your little anchor system here, and you can just put it off to the side of the motor. And that's just one option. You don't have to do it, but it's just one thing that comes automatically with the boat, and I thought that was pretty cool. So now I've done a ton of research on whether I was going to put an electric outboard or a gas outboard. The model that I got experience on had a gas outboard, and it was really nice. Right now, just with the COVID inflation of everything's a little bit more pricey, so it's not quite in my budget right now. So I'm definitely going to be buying maybe like a Honda 2.3 outboard, and it's definitely going to be cruising with that. But for now, we're actually pairing with a Newport Vessels 45-pound thrust. I found this on Amazon, and it was on sale for like 50 bucks off, so I was not going to pass that up. So tons of research on how much this thing can power. I mean, I've seen 14-foot John boats being pushed like up to 4 miles per hour on the lake, so this thing's definitely going to be just strong enough for me, given the lightweight of this boat and the vessel, and depending on what's in it though. I'm honestly pretty positive, at least at a brand new battery, I'm going to get at least 4 to 4.5 hours of trolling in, so if that's consistent as well. So all depends on the battery. Something to be aware of, and this is probably normal for most people, but this transom mount at the very back with the frame, this comes with the boat. It's pretty flat though, it's paper thin, so I did have to find a piece of wood to wedge, you know, as a spacer for the trolling motor itself. But this is really nice. It comes with a circuit breaker, so if you have any surges or power issues, it's not going to ruin your electric motor. And I don't have the battery yet, but it's going to go into this battery box. So virtually, you put your battery in here, and you just clip your terminal leads to this, and you can check your power. If it rains, you've got your battery covered. It's just a great user-friendly support system here. You can also power your cell phones and electronics off of it as well if need be. So for those who are sitting on the boat, if you're curious, this is telescoping. So you can basically just pull that out. You got yourself some length. I've test sat on this, and everything's been pretty good. So no issues really there. Also to mention, I did mention with a foot pump, this took me 7 minutes to inflate. If anybody's curious about deflating, they are in these little screw caps. There's about 4 or 5 of these on the vessel, but underneath them is another safety pin system. So it actually takes quite a bit to accidentally lose air when you're filling these up. So I thought that was a really unique feature about this. So he's put a lot of thought into, you know, the anglers and your conditions that you might be in, and the kind of potential hazards you could fall into on the water. And I think a lot of this has been covered and very thoroughly thought through. Now, if you're curious of what type of waters you would put a boat like this on, I've done lakes as big as Strawberry, and I've done lakes as small as Moon Lake in the Uintas. So, and that's basically with the trolling motor. I've actually done one smaller where you couldn't put a trolling motor on, and we just paddled around. But this thing is extremely versatile. You do not have to bring it up to boat ramps. You can just carry it to a bank and slip it in, and you are golden. So really, it's the whole package. So honestly, for portability, I don't think I could have found a better boat for a better price, especially brand new in a 2022 model. So check out Dave Scadden Outdoors. He's got tons of models, by the way. This is just one of like, I think 15 models. You can do single pontoons, you can do kayaks, paddle boards, you can do 3-man vessels. There's a couple different two-man vessels. There's framed and non-framed versions of this boat. This is called the Dragonfly XT2. So you guys can check it out. I'll put a link in the description for you. Check out Dave Scadden North Fork Outdoors and see what models they have and get yourself a good deal right now while they last, guys. So one thing, and probably the most important thing, is this boat, and I think all models, come with an unconditional lifetime warranty. Now, I actually called Dave Scadden and I asked him what that meant, and he said you can strap that thing to the top of your car, it flies off and the semi-truck behind you hits it and runs it over, and you will be covered. So that sold it on me right there. I knew I was gonna buy one of these. Now, unconditional, you know, probably means within the natural lifetime of the product. So 10 years from now, you're probably gonna have to pay for something, but for now, you know, with the exception of return shipping, if it's your fault, at least you're not gonna be left without your investment. You will be covered, he will take care of you, and I can't see a better boat to buy at this time for me. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and tight lines.